It's not right. It's not fair.
It's been a frustrating week for Dean and Jennifer Teeter.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday, they got a text saying their gas was turned off.
Temporary gas shut-off expected due to a detected underground leak, and we are working with Excel to resolve as soon as possible.
Temporary turned into nearly a week.
No anything in sight saying that they would get the gas turned back on anytime soon.
The Teeters have called Denver Cascade Mobile Home Park in Federal Heights home for years.
10 years in August.
But these past 6 days have been a challenge.
We haven't been able to cook, haven't been able to do dishes, laundry, take showers, no heat because it's been cold here lately. My daughter woke up Sunday morning and it was 46 degrees in our house and she was freezing cold.
Denver Cascade's owners say they've brought in space heaters and electric cooktops for residents. The Teeters say the park's electrical grid can't handle that. It keeps blowing breakers. On Monday, the owners brought in 6 portable showers for residents living in the 382 homes. Dean says those won't work for him.
None of them are handicap or ADA compliant. It's disgusting. It's wrong. It's not right what they're doing to people.
Denver Cascade says resident safety is their highest priority, and they say they're working to identify the issue and get it fixed, and in the meantime are offering resources for residents along with regular updates. The Teeters say everyone here seems to be pointing the finger rather than fixing the problem.
It's not helpful at all, and when you contact the office, you get the runaround. They won't give you a straight answer, and it's just, I want one answer, one story, an update, something that is the truth.
Soon after we contacted residents about the issues on the property, Denver Cascade sent out a text saying they'd knock $100 off their May rent after these issues. The Teeters say they spend more than that on buying dinner for their family of 5, much less meals for the whole last week since they can't cook. As for when this problem will be resolved, Denver Cascade says, quote, they anticipate significant progress to be made early this week. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
Breaking news, police say they are looking for a man who attempted to abduct a girl near Thornton Middle School. Police say this happened about 11:20 this morning. A 15-year-old girl was walking near the school when a man tried to grab her and she fought him off. They say school resource officers didn't learn what happened until nearly 4 this afternoon. They're looking for a blonde man about 5'8" or 5'9", wearing a dark long-sleeve shirt, jeans, white shoes, glasses, carrying a black backpack. Police say he may be associated with a red sedan with a white bumper. If you know anything that might help, call Thornton Police.
This week started with a beautiful sunrise and warmed up nicely. Spring weather is finally here, including a chance of showers and storms each day. Spring and meteorologist Chris Pierce. Chris, it seemed like a couple days we were just going to skip right to summer. We knew that was not actually going to happen, but now we've settled back into spring.
Yeah, Mother Nature keeping us on our toes, and you're right. The roller coaster is here, and we're up and down in this extended forecast. And, you know, that is springtime in the Rockies, after all. We are down into the 40s right now here in the metro area. We topped off in the mid-60s today. It's still breezy outside, although the new observations coming in, the speeds are starting to come down just a little bit. So we're seeing sustained winds, let me get that out there, in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range versus 10 to 20 and even 25 that we had last hour. So speeds will come down each hour as we approach midnight. We had a handful of light showers in northeastern Colorado. That was the complements of the cold front that pushed through. Those showers have faded away since we've lost our daytime heating. And we are now turning our eyes to tomorrow, which should start off with some clouds here, low clouds in the overnight hours and early morning, then some sunshine, and then that will crop up a round of showers for tomorrow and another one Wednesday. I'll have the full forecast in just a bit.
More than a dozen research projects at CU Boulder are on pause tonight after they lost federal funding.
Spring and 9 News reporter Spencer Soysher on this. And Spencer, this is a result of Elon Musk's Doge team going in to make some cuts to the National Science Foundation.
Yeah, within the last week, the administration has pulled grants for research that focuses on combating misinformation and promoting DEI. 2 researchers at CU told me today their projects were pulled, even though their research has nothing to do with either topic.
I could pull up ChatGPT and do something with it.
Teaching about how AI works is part of the job for Casey Fiesler.
It doesn't know.
Fiesler is a professor at CU Boulder. She's hoping her research could help people understand the evolving technology.
It's important not to just know it makes things up, but why? it makes things up.
Her research project was funded by the National Science Foundation, and the grant for it just got pulled.
The public abstract for my grant has the word misinformation in it.
The Department of Government Efficiency says it went through NSF grants like Casey's. At CU Boulder alone, 23 grants have been rescinded. The government says it's taking back money for projects that don't align with the government's priorities, specifically purging grants that involve misinformation or diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That maybe there was some confusion about whether this was misinformation or not, but it is clearly not.
Eric Wustrow is also a researcher at CU. His NSF project on internet censorship in China and Russia lost funding too. He's not sure why.
It would not be entirely surprising if they were using a Control-F kind of search for the initial list to generate these initial lists of grants to cut.
Regardless of if these projects are misinformation-based, both of them are reaching the same fate.
We're scrambling to find answers.
I don't do it.
Work they say would have helped the public, but now won't.
But there's a lot of things happening where it seems like there's no reason.
Fiesler says the day after she learned her AI literacy project lost funding, the president signed an executive order saying how important AI education is for young people. It makes her even more confused why the administration would pull the grant for her research. Spencer Soysher, 9 News.
President Trump is going after so-called sanctuary cities based on the president's previous statements. Denver and the rest of Colorado may be targeted. This afternoon, Trump signed an executive order directing Attorney General Pam Bondi and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to create a list of cities and states that refuse to enforce federal immigration law, then target those states and cities for punishment. There is no legal definition of a sanctuary city. Mayor Mike Johnston was called before Congress last month as Republicans investigate cities like Denver that limit local law enforcement cooperation with federal immigration agents until they have a criminal warrant. The Trump administration is celebrating an immigration raid on an illegal underground nightclub in Colorado Springs, but they've released few details about the people rounded up. The DEA and other law enforcement agencies took 114 people into custody after raiding the club operating in an old strip mall early yesterday morning. Today, various officials from the head of Denver's DEA office to the U.S. Attorney General made media appearances, claiming without offering evidence that the raid took dangerous people off the streets.
When we find out about something like this, we take it really seriously, right? We're talking crimes of violence. Not only in the club, but in the parking lot.
You know, that was a really dangerous operation, too. And that's why there were 300 agents all working hand in hand.
At this point, we still don't know if any of the people taken into custody have been charged with committing a crime in Colorado. We should note, after a similar raid in Adams County in January, not a single criminal charge was filed. And after another series of raids in February, the only criminal charge was filed against a man accused of re-entering the country after he was previously deported. After we reported those facts, the DEA said it would no longer respond to questions from 9 News.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party has won Canada's federal election tonight. The win caps a stunning turnaround and Conservative collapse, pushed by President Trump's threats to take over Canada. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the national public broadcaster, said the Liberals will win more of Parliament's 343 seats than the Conservative Party. The Liberals looked like they were headed to a crushing defeat, down 20-30 points, until Trump started attacking Canada, threatening its economy and its sovereignty, suggesting that America should take over Canada and make it the 51st state. That infuriated Canadians, stoked a surge in nationalism, and helped the Liberals flip the election on the Conservatives.
A former LaSalle officer who shot and killed a man at a Family Dollar store in northern Colorado is headed to prison. A judge in Weld County just sentenced Eric Hernandez to 6 years. He was on his third day on patrol when he shot and killed Justin Reffel while investigating a double-parked car in 2023. Hernandez pleaded guilty to manslaughter in January. His first trial ended in a hung jury. New tonight, the city of Wheatridge just decided to move forward with a plan to breathe new life into an old hospital campus. You may remember Intermountain Health moved out of the Lutheran Medical Center on West 38th Avenue last August. Months later, voters approved a master plan to turn that campus into housing, including townhomes, apartments, and single-unit homes, as well as open space. Within the past 10 minutes, city council members decided to take the next step, deciding to rezone. The vote was unanimous.